sell vitamins or do you sell painkillers in your business? If you find it a bit challenging in getting clients, growing the business, one of the reasons could be you are selling vitamins and you're not selling painkillers. And I'll share with you why. A few days ago, my friend recommended her friends to me. And her friend actually is a lecturer and she started a new ventures and she's so excited, she wants to know how to monetize from it. So okay, I say quite interesting and let's come to the Zoom. I do a little bit of fact findings, asking about the challenges and what's it about. So she created two AI tools. One AI tools is for the lecturers to help the lecturers detect cheating in the thesis, plagiarisms. The other AI tools is to help the university students on how to write better thesis. So I asked her the main questions. Do you currently have any paid users? And here's her answers. She said she has been created this for a few months and she has been talking to a few of her friends who are also lecturers and all say it's very good, but none of them willing to pay. And actually, I'm not surprised that nobody is willing to pay for it. And I roughly got the answers during my initial fact findings. And I want to share with you, hopefully you get something from here. The reason number one is that she is selling vitamins instead of painkillers. And I'll explain. These AI tools that she created is a nice to have things. It's not a must have things. And the AI tool is powered by ChatGPT and it's similar to ChatGPT, it's just that I can save you 2 to 3 steps. That's it. But I still can use the ChatGPT free versions to get the same outcome. So that's the problems. You are selling vitamins. It's not painful enough for people, your ideal clients, to invest. If you want someone to invest, your products have to solve a pain that is so painful enough that they cannot solve it on their own. You have to sell a painkillers, not vitamins, just to make their life better. Think about cancer versus normal stomach ache. Then you will get the distinctions. I give you examples. Health, diabetes. Most people do not know how to do it and they will require expertise. In business, it could be generating more incomes, it could be some tech issues, cyber security issues. These are things that out of their knowledge and they cannot do it on their own. And that's actually where people are willing to take out their credit card and say, it's out of my expertise, it's out of my knowledge, I'm gonna just pay you and you're gonna help me to solve it. That's a problem that is painful enough and is good enough for people to invest. And the reason number two why the venture will hardly take off, from my experience, is that the target audience that she is aiming has less buying power. There are two target audiences that her AI tools will solve. Number one is the students, and number two is the lecturers. Students, undergraduate students, majority of them, they probably are still studying, they do not have any income yet, and still relying on their parents to fund all the school fees. So, you're actually getting the little to no income undergraduate students to invest their pocket money into your tools, which they can use the free ChatGPT versions to get the same outcome. It doesn't sound logical, right? And it's lack convincing. And the second ideal clients that she wishes to aim is the lecturers. Lecturer, majority of them are salary employees, salary not that high, in the middles, and they probably have families and they have to pay installment for their cars, house, or any of their personal expenses. Back to the main things. You're actually getting this audience which has less buying powers to invest into something that they can use the free versions to get the same outcomes. It's lack convincing. If you really want to do business, you better do business with a higher buying powers. If you deal with people who have less buying powers, my experience is that they will compare you with other people, other options, they will ask for discounts, and even though they're invested in your programs or in your offers, in your products, they will complain a lot because the mentality of this group of people is just different than the people who have higher buying powers. But don't get me wrong, I have no discriminations, but if you want to be in business, it's better to do business with the rich. But the people who have higher buying powers, they're only willing to pay for values. And the third reason why this venture will hardly take off is because there is no business model. Right? Let's be real. This is a hobby business. It's not an actual business. If you talk about actual business, you need to plan your business model. How are you going to get recurring incomes? How are you going to maximize your profits? And most importantly, what is your exit game? Are you going to do it just to survive only? Are you going to do it to sell the business? You're going to IPO it? Or you're going to pass it on to your kids? What is your exit game? But any of the exit game that I mentioned just now, you will need high income skills to make it work. Because running a business is hard. Anyone tells you that running a business is easy. It usually takes them many years to make it easy. But as a start, it's hard. It's super hard. And you will need a lot of high income skills to make sure the business can survive. And most importantly also, you need to be willing to be okay to eat glass, because you need to have high stress tolerance in order to get through it. So at the end, I try to be friendly and not to discourage her. So I give her a way out. Talk to 30 people and show your stuff and see whether you can get 10 paid users or not. And if there are none, it's time to move on. So I'm going to give you a recap before I end this video. If you want to do business, number 1, sell painkillers, not vitamins. And number 2, you want to do business with the rich, because they can pay better. And number 3, any business you plan to start, you need to have the business model and know your exit game. And that's it for these videos. Hopefully you learned some things from my experience, and I'll share more case like this in the future videos. If you like it, click the like, some subscribe buttons, and I'll see you again.